had the negative thoughts in my head, I had the stress, anxiety, all of these things, until the one thing that totally changed my life, improved my mood, and stopped completely with overthinking. Completely changed my life, you know. I gained more time, I was happier, it improved my relationship and my thinking because of a one simple thing. But before I will tell you this one simple thing, I want you to understand why do we even overthink so much in the first place. So just like it's harder to solve some math equation in your head and not on the paper written down, it's harder to solve the problem in your head when the equation is really hard. You really have to think. You're under pressure that you will forget what you've just figured out, and then you can't remember it because the mind has some limits, and then you don't have the control of the equation that you're right now doing. So what will happen? You will be in stress, you will be overthinking about how to solve it, and what is this, what is that, and you will get into this process until you will forget the whole equation, and you just have to do it again. And that's the same with overthinking. If you have one thought always in your head and you are trying to find the solution to the thing or the problem that you're having, it's really hard to find a solution where you can have another million thoughts randomly popping up in your mind. You can't focus on one thing with your mind when you're having those problems, when you don't have the mind in one place. It's like calculating the equation whilst I'm talking to you with random numbers. It's the same. When you're trying to solve the problem in your head, the thoughts in your mind are just over and over again talking each other between themselves and are interrupting you whilst you're trying to solve the main problem. Overthinking is just a one big test with many smaller tasks, with many small equations called problems and thoughts. And your goal is to solve those problems and thoughts with paper and pen so that the teacher can get you a grade for it. If you will only have the answer in your mind, then the teacher can't grade you because you don't have this written down on the paper in the test. And when you realize and you scan the equations and you get to the solution and you write down the solution, the teacher will get you a good grade. If you will take another point of view by having it on the paper, so if you have the equation and you can solve it and then you write it down on the paper, you might get some new ideas, you might get new procedure to calculate the equation, and the solution will just come easily, and the good grade with it too. The teacher can get you a good grade and you are right now happy because you have the straight A. But the teacher we are talking about is not the teacher in school, it's your brain. And the teacher, your brain, is not giving you any good grades, it's giving you relief and peace in your mind. This is your reward for the solution of your problems that you're having in your mind. This is the same as having a solution to the equation that you have on your paper. So the question right now shouldn't be how can I solve the problem and have the solution instantly, but the question you should be having is how can I have a good grade from my teacher? So first step to get a good grade is to have something on the paper, written down on the paper so the teacher can see it. So you have to take pen and paper in order to have the test, have the evidence of your work, of your solution, and of how you were thinking about it. So right now in front of you is pen, paper, and your own mind. And so it's time to create your own test. And the best part of creating this test, even though we hate tests, we hate school, and it's kind of stressful to write the test and you're worried about the grade you will get, you choose the topic. You choose the topic of the test depending on the problem you're having. You choose the answers depends on how well you solved your problem and the levels of relief you got. You choose the time limit to think about the problem as much as you can. It's all up to you. And you are not under the pressure. You're not having a stress writing the test. It's all up to you and for your own good. The term journaling got more famous than ever, I think, with the rise of self-improvement. And this school test was my manifestation to this journaling thing, to not be that boring, because you know everybody is talking about the journaling. Yeah, grab a pen and paper, write it down, and you will be good. And yeah, they are simply right. Like when I was having, you know, those bad thoughts like you're having right now, you are always stressed, you know, and you can't get the solution to the one thing that you fucking need to have. Then I find out this journaling. I grabbed a paper and pen, created my own test. I had no pressure, no stress. I was just writing down the things from my head. I found out so many solutions, and the bad thoughts I was having were just gone. And simply the life, just because the fact that I was writing every single day my thoughts to the paper, improved for so fucking much that I can't even explain it to you. But then I stopped, you know, because my life improved and I didn't have the thoughts, the bad thoughts that I was having. And boom, the bad thoughts were here again. And I was feeling worse. I was feeling stressed, overwhelmed, you know, overthinking 24/7, then blah, blah, blah. And my life got worse again. So to just stop wasting your time, your life, of just thinking about some problems and replaying it over and over again in your head. When I have some problem or when I'm about to make some decision, I just grab the paper and pen. I have my own notebook, you know, I have this like flowers. My life is just quicker, better, easier, more peaceful. And I want the same for you. Right now I'll represent you my journaling protocol that will get you rid out of these thoughts that you're having in your head that are just, you know, taking up space in your mind, therefore getting you stressed, overwhelmed, and in the overthinking state. So the first thing is every day I sit down, mostly when I'm about to go to sleep, I am just writing down anything that I have in my head. You know, maybe I'm talking about my day, maybe I'm talking about the one big event that happened in that day, and I just like express my emotions and myself into the place called paper, so that when I want to actually fall asleep, I'm not thinking about the thoughts. You know this, right? Like when you lay down finally after the hard day, then you have all of these random thoughts in your head and you just can't fall asleep. Those thoughts that you're having in the bed, I take and put it on the paper, so that the bed is not the thinking place, the bed is place for sleeping. And to be more grateful in my life, not to just remind that I want this, I want that, and I wish that the problem and the thing was this and that way. I write 3 to 5 things that I'm really grateful for from that day. So I'm grateful for today's rain and weather, how the air is so clear, you know. I'm grateful for my desktop. I'm grateful for the conversation that I was having today with my friend. It's that simple. I know it sounds for your ego that it's unnecessary, you know, but when was the last time when you reminded to yourself that you're grateful for the things you have? You are always thinking about, oh, I want that car, oh, I wish I was that, blah, blah, blah. You have to remind to your mind, in order to don't have those negative thoughts, that you are good, you have something, you are grateful that you have XYZ, and that the place you're living in, the life you have, is not that bad. Then to wake up better and wake up with better energy, I'm writing down the one thing that I'm the most excited about that is gonna happen tomorrow. Because when you will wake up and you will focus on the bad day, you know, the school, the work, and that it will be boring, then you will have lower energy, you will have sad mood, you know, and you will be like, fuck you, fuck the world. But if you will wake up, the first thing I'm thinking of is the thing that I wrote yesterday. Yeah, right. I wrote yesterday, because right now it gives you like energy, you know. When you're excited about something and you think of it, then the mind and the act of having the thought in your head will just give you energy, will give you energy boost in the morning. So you won't feel that sleepy, you know, and bored and angry because it's another day. Then I write down 3 W's, or as many W's as I can, about me and that happened that day. So for example, my W's for yesterday was no porn and lust at all, 30 minutes of social media, 3 videos recorded and 3 videos edited and 1 posted, totally clean diet and merely from the fat and protein, call with my friend and planned sleepover, and talking with my neighbor and playing with the dog. Again, you're reminding to yourself that you actually did something good and that you are better than you think you are. And then I have two last sections, best and worst. This is best and worst version of myself. So best, understanding sales and then applying it to my group chat. Worst, adding sweetener to yogurt, like the wanna be healthy. Like the worst part of my day was adding half healthy sweetener to my yogurt. Those are my standards, so yeah. This is the protocol I'm using. Then the last thing before the bed, I plan my whole day from the hour I wake up to the hour I go to sleep. Every hour I have the activity that I will do the next day, so I will stay organized and I will not think about what should I do right now, because if you're thinking about what you should do, then you will choose the easiest thing, so you will be not productive. This is all for this video. I hope that you will erase all your negative thoughts and the overthinking will reduce with this taking tests from school. I'm a George Lyon. I'm a small teenage YouTuber that just wants to help you, and this video is the evidence of me trying to really help you. So if you need more help and you want to improve, you can join us, our Lion Pack in the jungle, when we only learn, only improve, and our lives get only and only better. So if you're interested in this, go down, click on a subscribe button. I have also in description Instagram and TikTok, so if you don't have time for my longer videos that are more valuable. But the alternative for this is my shorts and TikToks on my TikTok and Instagram. So go here, follow me. If you have any problem or question, you can DM me, you can text me whenever you want, and I will answer you. Don't be a zebra, become a lion. And a lion is journaling every single day. Bye.